A 37-year-old woman was taken into custody on Monday after she fired several rounds inside Dallas Love Field Airport in Texas before she was shot and injured by a police officer, the authorities said. No other injuries were reported, the police said, but the shooting sent travelers scrambling for cover and delayed several flights. The woman was dropped off at the airport just before 11 a.m., and then appeared to change her clothes in a restroom before emerging and opening fire inside the airport, Chief Eddie Garcia of the Dallas Police Department said at a news conference on Monday afternoon. A Dallas police officer inside the airport shot her, striking her in the lower extremities, and she was arrested and taken to a hospital, Chief Garcia said. Her condition was not immediately clear on Monday afternoon. In a later update, the police department identified the woman as Portia Odufawa, and said that she fired a weapon several times in a ticket counter area of the airport. It was unclear who or what the woman was aiming at when she fired. Chief Garcia said that the officer fired several rounds at her after she began shooting. The shooting comes after a series of high-profile shootings in public spaces, including at a grocery store in New York in May, an elementary school in Texas in May, and a 4th of July celebration in Illinois. Lanisha Darnell, 43, of Forney, Texas, who has worked at the airport since 2020, said that she saw people running through the terminal. "We have drills on evacuation and where we're supposed to go to, but in the middle of it, that's all out the window," Ms. Darnell said. Travelers scrambled into shops and restaurants, hiding in kitchens and behind furniture. Joe Castronovo, 3, who had flown from Orlando, Florida, on business, said he stepped off the jetway and into the terminal and saw people running as travelers tried to find cover. Mr. Castronovo's father, Joe Castronovo Jr., arrived at the terminal to pick up his son as the chaotic scene was unfolding. "I pulled up and saw a woman screaming and running away from the building," the older Mr. Castronovo, of Highland Park, Texas, said. "We got scared something was wrong. Workers were coming out and telling people to hide." Chief Max Sharon of the police department in Rockwall, Texas, east of Dallas, said on Twitter that he was evacuated from Love Field after an apparent shooting. "Family is safe," he said. "TSA did a great job." Pete Buttigieg, the transportation secretary, said on Twitter that his office was closely monitoring the situation. "Thankful to all first responders on site working to ensure travelers' safety," Mr. Buttigieg said.